Ladies, sometimes it is time to focus on yourself. Step away from all the dating, dump that boyfriend, delete the dating apps, and refocus all of your energy on you. Today we're going to talk about celibacy, and this video is really for the girls. For the girls. Before we start, what is celibacy? Is it just like being single? No, it's more than that. Celibacy is really the act of choosing to step away from dating overall. It is a decision that you make for whatever reason, because they're all valid. And some people have their own rules. Some people are more strict about it, some aren't. For me, celibacy is really an act of not dating, not talking, not flirting, not going around trying to mingle with people, no intimacy whatsoever. And for me, this is a new era in my life in which I have stepped in. It's been, oh gosh, how long? At least a month. It's been a little while. And I'm doing amazing, and I'm really excited about the future. So before we get too deep into this video, I wanted to mention that celibacy is really a hot topic right now. We hear a lot about women who choose to not date anymore. You may think about the 4B movement. You may think about overall women being happy, single, and not looking for relationships per se. Revolutionary. I applaud all of these ladies because I understand. In our society, I feel like especially us as women, we are bombarded with romantic propaganda about finding the one and all of these things. I love love. I'm a lover girl. I love a good rom-com. I love a good K-drama. But I must realize that it is not a true reflection of reality. A lot of the time, our dating experiences, even if I address myself to women right now, it doesn't matter your sexual orientation or your gender per se, a lot of the time in our society, dating experiences kind of stuck for many different reasons. Yes, mama. Right now I'm studying in psychology and sociology, and it is very, very interesting, and I love to learn about all of these things. But one of the aspects that I did learn about was the dating world of the modern age, especially online dating. And it's different. Things are different. People have different needs and expectations and resources. Now more than ever, dating is extremely accessible, but it is still very much pushed in your face. Maybe not in the same way that it was, let's say, 20 years ago. It is a very important decision to just step away from all of these things and to choose a path that feels good to you. To realize that there is options in life. So please, let's get into it. First of all, I wanted to talk about my recent breakup and my experience, which has led me to jump into all of this. So for the past year and a half, let's say, I was in a committed relationship with a man, and I've had multiple committed relationships with men. Unfortunately, I am bisexual, but I never had like a truly committed relationship with a woman. I didn't have the opportunity to go there, and so all of my dating experiences were mostly with men. So it happens, it's fine, that's my life. I always said that after this relationship that I just had, broken up with, if we did break up, I would be alone. I kept my word. I have integrity. And I felt like it was much needed, very much necessary. In my life, every single time that I went through a breakup, I felt so much better afterwards. Like, yes, it hurts, and it feels like you're going through literal withdrawal from this relationship, this person. But I felt so relieved and so refreshed. The reason being that in most of my relationships, I felt this constant power dynamic that was unfair. I felt like I was constantly begging for someone to show up for me in a way that was emotionally fulfilling. It was not happening. I felt like I was constantly being played with like mind tricks and games, and I was going completely crazy to the point where you start to wonder what is real. And are your feelings even real? What's going on? I was constantly trying to do all of this emotional labor for someone who was not able to balance it out. I was completely dysregulated, very much triggered, and I am of the opinion that relationships trigger you and we must work through these things, but it was to a point where my nervous system was completely dysregulated and I was not the same person anymore. I had to wonder and ask myself, am I okay with constantly accepting disrespect and accepting discomfort for the sake of protecting someone else's ego? To which the answer should be no, it should not be okay. But I feel like, especially for women, it is just ingrained in you. This idea that you have to be pleasant and provide all of this emotional care. It was to a point where I was constantly making excuses for my partners for their behavior, which was wrong. And I was taking on all of this weight on my shoulders without ever truly feeling like my needs were met. It got so bad that I just didn't want to be around these people anymore. In my relationships, my body rejected them. My brain rejected them. I could not be close to them anymore because it was too much. It was just too much. And I realized that I needed to go through all of these experiences to really open up my eyes to the reality of relationships overall, especially between a man and a woman. They are deeply unfair a lot of the time. And if you're a man and you want to go yap in my comments, first of all, what the hell are you doing here? This is a video for the girls. Grab your purse and the door is here. The hell? But honestly, it's hard. It's very hard. And even if, you date multiple different kinds of people, there is something so difficult about an all-consuming relationship. When it is to a point where a text or a lack of a text is ruining your entire day, is too much. It's just too much. I had to step away, and it's the best decision that I've ever made. I remember every time that I was my happiest in my life is when I was single. Like, it's literally when I was single. And of course, you want to have that special bond, that special someone, and I'm not saying that it's wrong, but we must realize that it comes with a cost. This is why I'm going to dive into 2 books that really helped me change my perspective around dating, especially heterosexual dating, and how it affects me as a girly pop. The first book being The Will to Change by Bell Hooks. I know. And if you flip through it, you'll see I very much annotated the thing, the pages. I have a lot of opinions on it, and I would never say that a book is perfect or whatever, but definitely helped me to see that this was a much broader issue. In her book, Bell Hooks really talks about this deeply unsatisfying bond with men that we often have, whether it's your father, your sibling, your coworker, your friend, your partner. A lot of the time under our patriarchal society, it feels like men tend to feel forced or be pressured to amputate parts of their own emotional slash spiritual being. And it leads them forever discontent and stuck in loops and patterns of unfulfilled needs, unfulfilled state of being. Because when you are not in touch with your emotions and capable of being in touch with other people's emotions, it leads to chronic dissatisfaction, which cannot be filled with things that are truly meaningless without emotion. For example, intimacy will never ever fill this void that you feel inside of yourself because it requires emotion. The author in the book really talks about a lot of different topics, how it affects all of us as a society, what we can do about it. There's some points that I don't agree with, there's some points that I want to debate on, but overall I would say that this book really helped me to realize it was a much bigger issue, and I have so much empathy for everyone going through the motions of what our society makes us go through. But at the same time, I must choose myself, at least in the long term, because no one else will show up for me like I can show up for me. It sucks that a lot of people around me suffer and that they are going through a lot of different difficult things, whatever they may be, but it is not a reason to perpetuate a cycle of violence and neglect. I do not want to partake in it. That's something that I realized very quickly. The other one being this book, and unfortunately for the English baddies, it is in French. This book is a little bit more peculiar, and it really helped me to realize the inherent dissatisfaction and violence that was underlying in many, many, many relationships. Many relationships. The author talks about how she also went celibate and her journey about that, and there's a lot of points again that I'm up to debate with, I have opinions on, but that is with everything. That is with everything. That's just like having critical thinking. Um, I think that overall the book was really interesting because it led me to really understand what many women go through, even if they are not per se fully aware or comfortable to express it. They go through violence, they go through neglect, they go through feeling pressured, feeling uncomfortable, and just bottling that up and accepting that it is part of your role as a girl to just take it in, don't make a fuss. And I don't want to live that kind of life. I really believe in my freedom and in my capacity to set my own boundaries, to be my own being, and to respect myself. A lot of the time, I felt like in my relationships, I had to endure a lot of things that I did not want to endure, and I thought it was just part of the game. Never did I think that I could just leave. It's that simple. If I felt like I was being betrayed or disrespected or my boundaries were not being met properly, I could have just left. But it felt like it was not an option because then I was the bad guy, which is not true. You're not the bad guy for choosing yourself. You're not the bad guy for walking away, at least properly, with some dignity and some respect for the other person. It's not wrong. And I really had to come to terms with that. Which led me to inherently reconsider what it meant for me to have all of this youth. You know, I'm in my 20s. All of this time, all of these experiences waiting for me outside of dating and romance. And to think, do I actually want to censor everything around dating and romance? The answer is obviously no. No, I don't want that. A lot of the times I felt like I was being pressured into a relationship, into agreeing to things that I did not want to agree with because I wanted to be pleasant. I wanted to be worthy of being loved. And I thought that if I diminished my own needs, my own person, I would be treated better, which has never happened. Never. I thought that if I begged more, if I explained myself more, if I gave them the benefit of the doubt a billion times, it would make a change. It never did. I had to choose myself. Now that I'm enjoying my life, my body, back to normal, I feel so much better internally, mentally, so much less stressed. I regained a sense of life, a sense of optimism that I felt like I hadn't felt like that since a while. And even people have noticed it and told me about all of this energy, this life, this spark that I have. I feel so much lighter. I feel like in my chest, my stomach, my body, things are more calm. I have less tension. My skin is clearer, my digestion is better, I have better sleep, all of these things. My body is at peace. My mind is at peace. I learned how to detach from the outcome and how to just be present in the moment. And in the moment, I choose myself. This is why we're going to talk about how you can enjoy your celibacy journey. I don't know for how long this is going to happen. I don't know if it's ever going to end. What I know is that I'm very happy and that I'm going to keep on being happy. I have made it very clear that this is my intention, and I'm glad that I made this decision. I feel very okay with it. I feel very at peace with it, and I'm happy. I truly am. I think that everybody can really learn how to be happier with themselves when they cut out the distractions of the world around them, which can include sometimes dating. Yeah. It's okay though. It's fine. And the thing about love is that it's everywhere, which is great. Love is found in anything and everything. You have so much love for your friends, your family, your pets, for things like moments and objects, and love is all around us. So you are truly never unloved or whatever just because you're not dating. There's love in every second of your life. Now let's get into the bottom of this. My first thing is that I'm going to take time for rejuvenation, however long that may be. And this might be a lifelong thing, who knows. But I want to really take care of myself. I've been taking good care of myself. Like, really good. I've been cooking, eating at home a lot, way better. I love enjoying like my own healthy meals. I've been working out freaking 6 times a week, which it might be too intense for some of you. It's okay. Everyone has their own rhythm, but I've been really enjoying that. Going outside, taking the time to really express myself, to really care for myself, to really invest in my own well-being on all planes, whatever that may look like. I want to take the time to breathe, to feel at home within my own body, within my own reality, and I do not want to constantly wait for a possible savior or something that will change my life magically. I realize that the opportunity for me to have all of this enjoyment, all of this peace is here and now, which I am taking this opportunity right away. I've been really focusing on learning, growing, having fun, enjoying, and building a routine around my own needs, my own rhythms, without worrying about, is this going to upset my partner? Is this going to disrupt whatever? No. It's just me, my cats, and the universe. The next one is really about creating community. I realized that a lot of the time when I was dating is because I felt kind of like I had to and I wanted someone in my life. I never realized that I could just have a community of people instead of just dating someone. Which sounds crazy to say out loud, but it's true. I really invested in strong relationships with my friends. I've been really enjoying doing things together and getting better together as a group, as friends. I want to build community, the kind of community where you can all rely on each other, you can go to each other's house, help each other out, do things together that are fun, but also show up when it's most needed. You don't necessarily need a partner to go out with you all of the time. You can go out by yourself, but I understand if you feel like, okay, I have this big renovation, for example, in my house. I need someone to help me out. Good for you. You have friends and family that will help you out. It's just about showing up and building these communities. I feel like, unfortunately, especially, I can only speak for us in North America because this is where I am based at the moment, but I feel like we still have some leftover ideology of the nuclear family, which is just about you, your partner, your little bubble. And I feel like often when you get into a relationship, it just really has a bubble effect of feeling isolated from other members of your community, which I feel is very regretful because it sucks and it leads to a lot of issues. I've been really enjoying connecting with others, meeting new people, being open to just see what I can learn from them and what I can give, what I can get, and how we can do something good with this connection. I know it sounds super hippie, kind of is, but it's cool. It's okay. You have so many cool people that you get to meet in this life, and it's not all about falling in love, finding the one. Maybe you find the one friend that has the same interests as you. Maybe you get to find the one gym buddy that you have the same cool ideas of a workout and you have fun together. Sometimes the one can look like many, many, many things. It's just about being open to these experiences, and I'm so grateful that I get to live them. The next point that I want to make is about utilizing your energy and your creativity, because I understand that a lot of the times we get into this romantic relationship and we pour into this person, into the relationship. All of our skills are just used to see what can we do, what's going on, how can I solve this issue, which is why I completely stepped away from my own projects and all of these things, which is very regretful, very bad. I dread the idea of ever going back to this state where I am not doing what I love. Crazy, no more, no. But now that we are alone, now that we are focused on ourselves, it is really time to use all of that built up energy, all of this passion, all of this care, this devotion that we have for things that matter, for things that are probably a good investment for yourself. Honestly, if you have projects, ideas, a skill that you want to learn, something that you want to do, now is the time to invest, to pour into that. You will see results, guaranteed. Maybe with this emotionally immature man you did not see results, but honey, it's because you were pouring into the wrong places. It's not because you have a skill issue, because you cannot do the job, you cannot do the task, because you were not applying energy in the right place. Because with the right people, when I think about me and my friends, all of my efforts are met with more, how could I say this, a bonus almost. Whenever we have these talks, we do these things for each other, it's always going to come back to me. It's like a constant mutual flow of all of this love and care, and it's just an abundance. With the wrong person, it can feel like a burnout, which it is, by the way, it is. Wrong, bad. But you know what? Now it's time to invest in your hobbies. Go out, take classes, do cool stuff. If you want to do something crazy, just do it. I'm going to go to university, like officially, and I never thought I would be able to do it because I was always like, oh my gosh, I'm never going to have time. I'm never going to have the resources to go do that. Now I do, which is very excited, and I'm very happy about it. Always prioritize getting educated. Knowledge, power. Okay, thank you. The last one I would say is obviously your standards. This is touchy. Everyone has a different idea of what a standard is, and I do mean to be open-minded when I say this, but a standard should not be something like must be 6'1", must, like all of these things. A standard should be about how they make you feel, how they treat you, how they approach conflict in the relationship. In the past, I realized that I was really tolerating way too much, and I was willing to tolerate a terrible dating experience if it just meant that I received 2% of love and affection in a company. Awful. Very, very, very bad idea. Standards are inherently for yourself and your self-respect. What you deserve, what is tolerated and what is not tolerated, what is okay and what is just misconduct or neglect or worst. Standards really allow you to choose a dating experience that is positive, that is valuable, that is good for you. Having better standards and choosing to be alone and not entertain people that will not take care of you properly is one of the biggest signs of power, of just fearlessness, because you are comfortable with yourself. You are comfortable with living your life on your own terms without what society may think, what other people may think. You are inherently claiming your own narrative back to yourself, which is absolutely beautiful. Hence why I really believe that all women must go through some kind of period where they are single and happy and not trying so hard to get with someone. Love is beautiful. Dating, so much fun. But dating with intention, with purpose, is really the key for you to not get so hurt and live these really uncomfortable experiences. Now, I want to say that I really believe everyone has their own journey. Everyone has their own life. Everyone has their own experiences. It's okay. It's perfectly fine. But I was very disappointed when I was looking through YouTube and I was watching a bunch of videos of women talking about their celibacy journey. And they were all ultimately saying that it was to find their soulmate and their person and all of these things, which is obviously what we all want, at least the vast majority of us. But I had to say that I was rather disappointed because life should not be about waiting for a potential someone to come through. Life should not be about you hoping, wishing for the one to come in, the Prince Charming, to sweep you off your feet and just carry you into and I don't know, in the much better reality and whatever, you know. I think, again, soulmates, love, romance, passion, meeting the right person, having this special connection is absolutely beautiful, and I love it. I told you I love a K-drama. Love a K-drama. When you tell me they've been in love since they were kids, I can't. But girl, I have a bone to pick. Life is not about waiting for someone else's approval of your potential, someone else's idea of your value. I don't want to forever wait and live my life hoping to bump into the guy that will see me for who I am and have this relationship. I think that celibacy should be about finding yourself, not finding the one. I'm a very spiritual person. I believe in a lot of different things, but I came to the realization that soulmates are everywhere, and you can get into a relationship with anyone. Doesn't mean that they're the best pick for you. Doesn't mean that they're the most amazing person out there. Even if you feel this intense connection and it's spiritual and all of these things, it's truly about settling for someone who makes you feel at peace. It should be what it's about. And if that person is not there, don't live your life hoping for that person to come in. Live your life as if you were never going to fall in love. And I know this sounds very dreadful and toxic and sad and all of these things, but it's not. Because then you get to live life fully with such a fullness and feeling so whole and beautiful and amazing. And if you fall in love too, that's just cherry on top. That's just a blessing upon a blessing upon a blessing. Don't hold for potential. As you may have noticed, me and my terrible dating experiences, that's something that I have learned. Potential is not reflection of reality. I'm not Miranda Priestley. I'm not looking at an outfit saying, yes, this has potential to be better. No, this is not my job. I'm here for the here and now. Choose yourself. See where it goes and see how it changes your life. Please, please, please don't forget to enjoy your own company, the company of the people already in your life, and be open. I hope that this video gives you hope because, I don't know, once upon a time, a long time ago, I was fearful of being alone and single. I don't know, I was crazy. I was going through stuff, and now I realize that it is such a blessing. I have healed so much. I have looked into my own patterns, into my own traumas, and what was keeping me stuck in this loop of just constantly not choosing myself, diminishing my value. And truly, celibacy has affected me in many ways outside of relationships, outside of my view on love and whatever. I feel way more bold about my moves, about my career, about what I want to do with my life. I choose to value me, and it reflects in every area of my reality. A win is a win. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and leave a comment down below to tell me what your journey looks like and what you're going through. I want to hear about all the girls. What the girls are going through, what's going on with them. I want to know. And help each other out in the comments. Give each other some advice and whatever, because I love a girl's girl. I love a girl's girl. with that being said, if you want to see more of my content, because trust me, there's more of my content coming, please follow me and look at my socials. They're all linked down below. Love y'all. Goodbye, and hope you enjoyed my cute little decor. I will see you very soon.